26. I'll be 27 next month. I met Kingston's dad in Hawaii. That's where he came from. Then we moved over here about 2 weeks before he was born.
And then is there anything in particular you may want him to know about his father later on?
I always think about that. I used to say that I was going to tell him he died. But then, no, that's just bad.
Is there a reason why you would tell him that?
Because I thought maybe he'd want to go back to find him. And like, he is not accepted there. He's not wanted, so why would you want to go visit somewhere? People that don't want. I was living with my girlfriend, Stephanie Irvine. We were living with her parents, and I would wake up every morning throwing up, and I have stomach problems anyway, so that's what I thought it was. So I went into the ER, and so they did a couple tests on me, and they said, oh, you have a bladder infection, that's why you're throwing up. You can go home now. And they gave me at 5 o'clock in the morning, her dad answers the phone and says, this is the hospital calling back. And I was like, what the heck? This is Hilo ER. Can you come in? We messed up on your paperwork. We think you might be pregnant.
Is there anything you would like Kingston to know?
Yeah, I'm not gonna hide anything from him. I'm gonna be so truthful. Like, he's gonna know anything he wants.
When did you feel there was something wrong?
Since the day we brought him to the hospital. He started bawling, and then little by little, he didn't suck his thumb. He didn't have a favorite blankie. He didn't have the pacifier. He hated that thing. Like, he rarely used it when his front teeth came in, and that was it. Like, and then another thing was, every time I put him down, he would scream like if I murdered him. I couldn't take a shower. I couldn't do anything. I'm like, not just crying till he passed out, but crying till he stayed up. And I just thought that was weird to me. And like, there, so I had a doctor, and she never paid attention. In and out kind of doctor. And I would tell her, you know, my baby's not sucking his thumb. Like, my baby's not trying to jump. My baby's not like stretching his arms out. Oh, he's fine. Another 3 months, another 3 months, another 3 months. And he's not trying to like push up, or he's always in fetal. And then finally I started getting really concerned, so I started asking family members and like, is this normal? And simple things like that, like his hands would curve, like he never wanted to open them or anything like that. And she just pushed me aside and pushed me aside, and I finally moved in with my cousin, and she had already had 2 kids, and she was like, there's something wrong, you need a new doctor. As soon as I got a new doctor, I got introduced to EPU, Valley Children, and they were on top of it. And I'm like, thank God.
Yeah.
It's like, it's been a process, and nothing that I do get is easy, and I have to be the ugliest bitch ever. I am such a people pleaser. Kingston has totally changed me. Like, he might be 3 and look big and like that, but his motor skills and stuff like that, he's like a 1.5-year-old. So the kids, they just beat him up anyways. It's not like he can say, hey mom, he took that away, or you know, it's just, I'm his voice. I have to stand up for him. I have to defend him. I have to ask for help for him, everything. And that is hard. Or once my doctor told me about EPU, he started getting tests done with Valley Children. Prescription for Kingston's appointment. 2 years. Nothing. I don't know. Get up. Stand up. For a long time, we didn't know what was wrong with him. We thought maybe he was autistic or he had Down syndrome. Something, anything to do with why isn't he standing up? And so we did genetic testing, we did swallow test, brain, whole, everything you can think of. And it wasn't until when he like turned 2, I think. They decided they were gonna do an MRI about the chest, and then that's when we found out he had a brain tumor in August 2014. And then
tell us what this doctor's appointment was like for you.
It was not what I expected. They're not gonna do anything to the tumor. It's not a tumor, it's a cyst. They don't like to use the word tumor because they don't think it has something to do with cancer. They said it's not cancerous, it's not moving, it's not growing, it's not changing its form, and that's about it. He's pretty much gonna have to fight through this. For a while, we couldn't get help at all because we didn't have a diagnosis. That was the hardest part. It's like, you know, what your baby doesn't have Down syndrome. You know, your baby has a bone disease. Or we don't know what to do with you. we don't know how to help you. Oh my gosh, any kind of insurance thing would just pass us by. This killed me because then still now, I don't have a wheelchair, I don't have a walker, I have to carry him on my back, like all day. Keep playing. What do you want, out? I got introduced to this program called Loretta's Little Miracles, and they are amazing. They have nurses who are trained to work with your baby.
Where's the bed? Where do you go night-night? Where's the bed?
Mimi's,
Good job, Kingston.
I wonder if he actually knows it.
Good. Or he's just pulling?
Yeah,
Well, we're going to go through them every week that he comes. So then I can see if there's a pattern of, okay, every time he got the house right, so I know. Kingston. No, that's the juice. That's the juice, buddy. That's the juice.
People are always asking, why do you have a daycare? You don't work, you just go to school and whatever. Going anywhere, so that program is great because he can spend the nights even. They have equipment there that he can use that we haven't even gotten yet, that we need. Walker, wheelchair, strollers, special seats, special toys, all kinds of stuff, and he loves it there. And it's cool, like, his face will, as soon as we get to that door, he is excited to be there. supposed to be crawling and trying to goo goo gaga, he was effectual. His hands were like this. His head was to the side. He didn't do anything. He didn't say anything. He couldn't even eat food. We couldn't understand how he couldn't eat food because he couldn't even use his tongue to chew his food. Like everything was just. As soon as I got with EPU, they gave me doctors so I could do certain things, work with him at home. Man, those were like miracle angels. Those are the best women in the world. Like it's a program that he's only gonna be in until he's 3. And I cry just thinking about him leaving because they have gotten him to where he couldn't even lift his neck up. He couldn't even like sit up to now he's like trying to stand on his own. And that's from them teaching me to do that. So no one would have taught me that, you know. He'll be starting school this August. Like I can't believe he can do that. He points at things and tries to like talk and like say a story and stuff, and before you couldn't get him to say anything. Hi. Hi. Did you just tell me hi? He'll be like, like it's so beautiful, dude. When the doctor brought it up, he was saying like, you know, telling us pretty much everything. He could die tomorrow, your baby is never gonna stand. Your baby is, it's amazing your baby could do this because we would have never thought he would be fine, and then when he hits his 20 and 30s, it could kill him. Like, you have to be prepared for anything and everything. And thank God with Kingston, like, we've been blessed. Just for Kingston, just like, you know, anything is possible. It's so scary and exciting at the same time.
More. There you go. Nice.
Yay!
Good job. That's the way it is.
Kingston!
Now, no, you want to stand up? Good job. Nice. There it is.
Good job.
What? I'm standing up straight. I like that. There you
You
go.
know, he's finally holding muscle and holding his neck up and being able to use that muscle. Like I said before, his hands were stuck like this, and now he's like, oh, da 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 da. But I guess I've had to grow up a lot. I don't know, I guess simple things like not being so selfish. You know, especially with someone who has special needs. Oh, patience. Oh my God, I have no patience. It's killing me. And with someone who has a disability and cannot talk to you and cannot express and cannot, when Kingston's frustrated, he doesn't say, "Mom, help," or he just goes, "Ah," and screams. And I'm like, I don't know, that is the hardest thing, is patience. Before I had Kingston, I took everything, not everything for granted, but just life. Like, I'm young, I'm free, I can do whatever I want, and now I'm like, you know what, I probably shouldn't get in the car with a drunk driver. Or, you know what, my life has a purpose now. You know, I have to, not only do I need to look out for myself, but because Kingston needs me and I'm all that he has. I think about that all the time. What would happen to me if I die? Kingston would, I mean, obviously there's people that would adopt him or take care of him, but no. You know, well, you know, I think about that all the time.
Yeah.
My biggest fear.
Yeah. What's up, Kingston? Good night. Good night, Kingston. Good night, Kingston. Are you mad? Are you sad?
I hate taking him out to public because he is so beautiful and cute and social that nobody sees what's wrong with him. Nobody sees that he's even disabled. I get people all the time like, why is your baby in a stroller? He's too big. It's like, he doesn't walk. He has a disability. That's none of your business. It really. Before I'd be like, I was ashamed, but now I'm just pissed off. Now I'm sick and tired of people telling me what I'm doing wrong or what I'm not doing right, or that my baby should be in a wheelchair, that I am just putting him in harm because I'm putting him in a stroller. You know what? I'm doing the best that I can. I was scared, mostly. I was scared.
Yeah.
But I was very excited. And I had a lot of people tell me a lot of different things, like, you shouldn't keep it, oh, his dad's, you know, not worthy, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know, he was a blessing in disguise. Like, I can't imagine him not being here.
That's really good.
So we've been slowly trying to transfer him to another program called CCS. And they also have physical therapy and all that stuff for the doctors and helping him get a walker and a wheelchair and all that. fact, he's the opposite. You can just bend his arm and he'll just giggle. He's so flexible.
You're very bendy, Kingston.
He'll, when he crawls, instead of crawling like this, he'll do this. And it looks so painful, but Chris said he's like, that's how it feels good to him. Am I talking about you?
Yeah, you're the center of attention, huh? Yeah.
Like he used to do that all the time. He doesn't do it anymore.
Now, how often does he see? Is it Dr. David at the children's?
For MRIs,
Yeah.
he's since August. They found it in August, and this is the third one he's had. His last one was in February,
So every couple of months.
and they just say it's standard.
Hey, buddy. He qualifies. One of the requirements for getting a great gait trainer for a child is that they have to initiate movement and be able to go for 10 to 15 reciprocal steps. He passed with flying colors. Activity. She goes in once a week and does the whole class. Let go. Ready? Up.
Wow!
Exploring. We'll start after he finishes.
What about his walker? Did you guys just
I do have a question because I know you had everything had been spec'd out before. We just wanted to verify size and everything. And my question is because when we get the equipment, we get it with the capability of being grown. So whatever we get, he's going to be in until he's almost 8 years old, depending on how fast he grows. Mom! The process now is Ray will go through, he'll do the codes, he'll give them to his person out at NSM, she'll send them over. I get them together with the requisition that the doctor signs, we'll send it downtown for approval. And usually from this point until the time I get the approval is anywhere from 5 to 10 business days. The time that the codes are issued, at that point NSM will order the equipment. And at that point, it's 6 to 8 weeks until delivery is out.
So how do you feel?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't need the harness so long and he'll just use excited for Kingston. I hope this helps him. I just want to see him walk. And I know he's so close. He just needs that little extra help, and that's what the walker is going to be. And then pretty soon maybe he'll be able to do things on his own and he won't need. I might not seem happy, but that's because I don't want to be a fool.
Okay.
Is that how it is?
Yeah, that's the.
Okay.
Bring you up, ready? Here we go. Ready, go.
hard. He wants to jam.
Is there anything you want him to know about you in particular?
No, nothing. I'm your saint of a mother. I love you, Kingston.